Friends, the movie we are going to talk about today looks like a fun New Year's Eve party story from the outside, but inside it is an emotional roller coaster. The story starts from that tense night of 31st December, 1999. The whole world is in the fear of the Y2K bug. There is panic spread on news channels that as soon as midnight arrives, all computers will crash, planes will fall from the sky to the ground, and society will collapse. Someone is just calling it a rumor, while someone else is getting flights canceled. But amidst all this, some people are only focusing on getting heavily drunk at this last party. The atmosphere of Australia is swaying amidst this confusion and 90s hits. Amidst this blast, we meet the main lead, Dr. Minnie Vernon. Minnie is an anesthetist and is on duty even today. Her life has become a disaster zone. Her engagement has broken, close friend Joe has gone away, and now she is spending her life on her friend Flick's couch. In the hospital, Minnie goes to give an epidural to a pregnant patient, Lucy. Lucy is screaming in pain. Just then, a man comes into the room eating a sandwich. As soon as Minnie sees him, her face freezes. That man is none other than her ex-fiancé, Cameron. The atmosphere becomes very awkward. Lucy's actual partner, Ronnie, is also there, who understands that this Minnie is that same famous ex-girlfriend. Minnie taunts that their breakup happened because Cameron did not want children, but Cameron replies that the breakup happened because Minnie had a relationship with her friend Joe. Cameron then says something that tears Minnie's heart. He had said that he did not want children, but only with Minnie, and now he is becoming a father with someone else. After this, Minnie is kicked out of there. After finishing her shift, a tired Minnie comes to Flick's apartment. Flick tells her to come along to Rodney's party. Minnie refuses, but in reality, Flick and her boyfriend Max want Minnie to vacate their apartment. Minnie gets the "you leaving" hint. Just then, Rodney's call comes, and Flick gets big news that Joe has returned, that same best friend. Hearing this, a sparkle comes into Minnie's eyes and she gets ready for the party. Both of them set out in the car. On the way, Flick takes out a tequila bottle that she had bought for Joe 10 years ago, but now she gifts it to Minnie. Flick warns her that in the sorrow of whatever tragedy happened at the hospital, she should not do any impulsive thing tonight. She gives a clear warning that such nights often take Minnie and Joe straight to making a huge mistake, which is not right. Finally, both of them reach the party. There, their rich friend Rodney has thrown a smashing 90s theme party. His wife Pia is from the IT field and is in a lot of panic regarding Y2K. When Minnie goes inside, Rodney is surprised to see her. Pia taunts that they missed her at their daughter Ria's birthday. Minnie gives an excuse that she thought it was just a kid's party. Pia says in a rude tone that after all, it was her daughter's party. The atmosphere gets awkward, and Pia goes back to telling her Y2K theories that if computers crash at 12 o'clock, planes will fall directly on their heads. Friends, the story moves forward, and the atmosphere of the party starts getting a little tense. On one hand, an argument is going on between Rodney and Pia regarding the Y2K bug. Just then, suddenly, Joe enters the party, but the twist is that he has not come alone. With him is a very beautiful girl named Jenny. Joe happily introduces everyone to his new girlfriend. Jenny meets Minnie with a lot of love, but broken-hearted Minnie's reaction is completely cold. She taunts that this is a very funny thing because she has not even heard Jenny's name. Joe tells that the two met in a bar, and Jenny is a mixologist. Seeing all this, Minnie is burning inside. Her best friend Flick takes her aside and explains that Max was absolutely right. Joe has moved on now, and his new girlfriend looks very cool. But seeing the one you love in someone else's arms is not easy. Everyone is enjoying the party wearing 90s costumes. To take a break, Minnie goes to the washroom, where she bumps into Dr. Carl, who is secretly doing something sketchy there. Carl tells that Rodney had told him that Minnie is single nowadays, hearing which Minnie gets even more irritated. After a while, the Coco Jambu track plays in the party, and all the friends start doing their signature college dance step. But here too, Jenny wins the game. She joins the dance and surprises everyone with her moves. It turns out that she has been a professional dancer before. Jenny being so perfect increases Minnie's insecurities even more. Just then, an emotional, sliding doors moment comes in the story. Minnie suddenly bumps into a glass door and gets a hard hit on her nose. Making this an excuse, Joe immediately takes Minnie to a bathroom so that he can press frozen peas on the injury. Both are completely alone in the closed room. Joe softly asks if she is upset regarding Jenny. Minnie says that if he likes her, then she also has no problem. But Joe confesses that he truly loves Jenny and has also met her parents. Hearing all this, Minnie breaks down even more from inside. Deep conversations happen between the two. Joe mentions a matching tattoo and says, "How strange it is, right? We never know which moment is the last until it passes away. It feels like both are going to kiss, but at the last second, Joe stops. A few seconds are left for midnight. Everyone does a reverse countdown, 10, 9, 8, and as soon as they shout Happy New Year, the house lights suddenly go off. Rodney shouts while having fun. The world has ended. Everyone panics from the Y2K fear, but this was a cruel joke. Just then Joe, in front of everyone, sits on his knees right in front of Minnie's eyes and proposes to Jenny for marriage. Jenny immediately says yes. But friends, now the biggest sci-fi twist comes in the story. Minnie kept drinking that same Mexican tequila in sorrow. As soon as she takes a big sip, suddenly everything blurs and she reaches back to the beginning of the party. That same arrival of Joe, those same talks. At first she thinks this is deja vu. She tries to tell her friends that she has come from the future, but no one believes her. Finally, she understands that all this is the effect of the mezcal named the Devil's Piss. Now Minnie has only one motive, taking advantage of this time loop to kiss Joe and stop his proposal forever. She goes and hits her face in that same glass door again and again, sometimes even more badly and sometimes intentionally, just so that Joe panics and takes her to the bathroom to give first aid and they can get a chance to talk alone. In one loop, Joe gets frustrated and asks, "If you wanted to talk alone, then you could have said it directly. What was the need to ram into the door like crazy people?" When Minnie is finally alone in the bathroom with Joe in one loop, she tries to kiss him by doing romantic talks just like the first timeline. But this time Joe steps back. He clearly says that he has a girlfriend, and all this is completely wrong. Just then, suddenly Jenny comes there and sees them in this awkward situation. Flick also takes Minnie aside and gets angry, but Minnie's frustration is increasing with every reset. In the next loop, the story becomes a dark comedy. This time in the bathroom, Minnie gets stuck with Dr. Carl instead of Joe. Carl is that same man who is secretly indulging in bad habits. Giving up, Minnie tells her whole story of time travel, magical tequila, and Joe to Carl. You will burst out laughing hearing Carl's reaction. He calmly says, "So basically, you have a god-level power like time travel, and you are not using this supernatural power for any big thing, but only to trick a boy into kissing and breaking his new relationship." This was such a reality check that Minnie had no answer to it. But friends, the most emotional loop comes when Minnie is alone with Joe again. This time, Joe tells such a bitter truth that shakes Minnie's whole world. Joe confesses that he had become an alcoholic and is now sober for 3 months. He told that when Minnie had ruined Cameron's engagement, then in that sorrow, Joe went to New York and started drinking so much that one night he fell on the ground. He got seizures and he urinated on himself. Hearing this, Minnie breaks down, but in desperation, she makes a biggest mistake. She forcefully forces Joe to drink that time-traveling tequila. Joe leaves from there in anger, saying that Minnie has crossed even her lowest fallen standards. Tired and defeated, in one loop, Minnie drops the plan of kissing and quietly sits near Pia. Here, a very beautiful, deep and honest conversation happens between the two. Pia shares her insecurities about how she misses her old fun life, and Minnie expresses her loneliness and desire for a child. Pia tells her to rest, but when Minnie wakes up from sleep, midnight has already passed and Joe has already proposed to Jenny. Then comes the most explosive scene of this recap. Joe introduces Jenny as his fiancée in front of everyone. When Minnie sees that Jenny is not drinking, then a big truth comes out. Jenny is pregnant. Hearing this, Minnie has a mental breakdown. She shouts at Joe in anger that he proposed to his pregnant girlfriend and still tried to kiss her in the bathroom. Then Flick and Joe confirm that Joe actually went to New York only to run away from Minnie because them staying together is toxic. Minnie breaks down completely. She lashes out at everyone that everyone's life has moved forward, but she is stuck right there. After this emotional volcano erupts, Minnie angrily snatches the car keys and runs away from there. On the way, the police stop her. In the breathalyzer test, her alcohol reading comes so high that even the cops are left shocked. When the police confiscate her magical tequila bottle, then Minnie in madness snatches a cop's gun itself. She takes her bottle back at gunpoint, speeds the car, and leaves. A wild police chase starts, but before she gets caught, the night resets again. In one loop, Minnie angrily burns Rodney's bank statements. Then in another loop, out of desperation, she starts hooking up with Dr. Carl himself in the bathroom, which proves to be very awkward and disastrous. But amidst these strange loops, Carl says something that gets straight imprinted in Minnie's mind. He gives her a reality check that she is a 36-year-old single woman. If she really wants a child, then she will have to seriously think about the hospital's new egg freezing trial. Carl says that it will take 2 to 3 more years to find love and start a family. This thing shakes Minnie to the core, because she is understanding that time is truly slipping out of her hands. Just then a jaw-dropping twist comes in the story. Everyone in the party starts doubting Minnie's bottle obsession. Rodney and Joe try to snatch the tequila from her, and in this scuffle, Joe throws the bottle on the ground and breaks it. Minnie drinks the last drop fallen on the floor, and that worm. And then happens the biggest revelation. Rodney tells that he also has his own time-traveling tequila. Friends, Minnie's mouth is left wide open. Rodney confesses that Flick had brought this exact bottle from Mexico for him too. He has set his whole life using this magical liquor. When he failed in exams, then he studied 5 times using the time loop and topped. All his wealth, success, everything is the result of this time travel. He stopped these loops when Pia got pregnant. But amidst all this, Minnie asks a heartbreaking question. Did Joe and I ever get together in so many timelines? Rodney jokes at first, but then with a straight face says, no, never. Midnight strikes again, and Rodney does his nonsense end-of-the-world prank again. But this time Pia breaks down badly. Crying, she vents out her heart's frustration, how everyone makes fun of her. Her job is in danger, and the exhaustion of motherhood is killing her from inside. Crying, she starts leaving, taking the car. Rodney panics. He has only 2 shots of tequila left, and he wants to fix his marriage. But if he went alone, then Minnie will get stuck in this up timeline forever. The decision is made to jump together. Minnie gives the cap of her broken bottle to Rodney. Instead of 3, 2, 1, go, Minnie shouts, go, and both gulp down their last shot together. One last reset. This time both are prepared. Minnie does not make any mistake in this timeline. She quietly goes and brings ice for the party. Everything is looking perfect, but Rodney, being compelled by his habit, drinks too much and creates a scene in the party. When Minnie explains to him in private, then Rodney says such a dark thing that gives the feel of a psychological thriller. Rodney says that he will completely erase this 10-year life and start everything fresh. Minnie asks, being horrified, and what about your daughter Rhea? Because to get the same baby back, they will have to conceive at the exact same microsecond, which is impossible. Rodney coldly says that he does not care. There will be some other baby, and Pia will never come to know. This thought of a father erasing his own child from time blows Minnie's mind. Rodney suddenly breaks down. He cries and confesses that he had earned this time travel, money and wealth only for Pia. But today, both of them are unhappy in their lives. His intention was never to erase his daughter Rhea from time. Minnie consoles him that he has a loving family and everything will be fine with time. Pia quietly listens to all these things. She comes inside and understands that not only her, but Rodney is also suffocating from inside. Both understand each other's pain and reconcile. On the other hand, Joe comes to Minnie. This time, Minnie is completely calm. She honestly says that Jenny is absolutely perfect for him. Joe tells that Jenny is pregnant and he is going to propose to her. But just then, Joe says such a thing that perhaps would have made Minnie happy earlier, that he had always thought that in the end, both of them would be together. But now Minnie shows maturity. She stops Joe, congratulates him, and says that now they should get their matching tattoos removed. She smiles and says, party time's over. But the drama is still remaining. Suddenly, the talk of the kiss that happened in the previous timeline comes in front of Jenny. Jenny gets badly hurt and lashes out that after all, why did Joe even invite Minnie when he had gone to the other corner of the world just to run away from her? Joe gets embarrassed. Amidst this chaos and shouting, Minnie takes a brave decision. In her hand, there is still the last sip of that magical tequila. If she wants, she can drink it and reset everything once again. She can fix her past. But she looks at the bottle and decides, no, not this time. She apologizes to Jenny from the heart. She accepts that her own life was not on track. That is why she thought that Joe would fix everything. She admits that she and Joe were always each other's backup plan. But now Joe does not need her because he has true love. Everyone is still entangled in this tense atmosphere that suddenly a voice comes from the background. Happy New Year. Midnight has passed. The millennium has arrived. This time, no time loop, no lights out, and no reset. Life has finally moved forward. After this, a beautiful, heartwarming montage starts. After some time, Joe and Jenny have a cute baby. Joe is scared to hold the child for the first time, but Dr. Minnie handles the baby like an expert and gives it in Joe's hand. A new beginning is happening among all the friends. Minnie takes another brave step. She gives the keys of their apartment back to Flick and Max so that she can finally move out from there. Although when Flick asks if she has found a new place, then Minnie tells in a funny style that she has not thought that far ahead. Flick smiles and gives her permission to stay for a few more days. In the last scene of the movie, all the friends are sitting together in the lounge. Rodney is playing the guitar, everyone is singing One Summer. Life is not perfect, but it is definitely full of peace. Minnie says while laughing that they should start a band. So friends, this was the story of that movie. Such a girl who went back in time again and again to put together her scattered life. But every time she got this exact lesson that some things are not meant to be fixed, they are meant to be accepted. Joe was never hers, and Cameron neither. But her friends and her courage to move forward was always hers. In life, we often do not need one more shot. We just need to accept this fact that whatever is there, that is our today. Now, a question for you. If that time-traveling tequila falls in your hands, then would you want to change your past mistake? Or do you believe that those exact mistakes have made you a better person today?